Hey there, travelers. Mag and I here on day 32 of our trip across the United States. This morning we were shooting from Du Bois, Pennsylvania. We are at the gravesite of John Du Bois, the founder of Du Bois, and he's buried right here on this hilltop overlooking the city below us. And what an amazing viewpoint. As a founder of a city, I think you could go ahead and pick a spot just like this for yourself too. Today is going to be an easy day. We're a full day ahead on the schedule, which is just where I want to be because I know what's coming up tomorrow. For today, Aichan and I have about 150 miles left to cover from Du Bois to the 1,000 Steps. The 1,000 Steps are something I've been looking forward to ever since I started planning my way through Pennsylvania. It's exactly like what it sounds. It's 1,000 steps straight up the mountain, and I'm very excited to do it. I also don't think Aichan has any excitement to do it whatsoever. So I think what we'll do today is we'll put her up in her doggy backpack, hike her up to the top, and then let her work her way back down to get a little bit of exercise. I think today's gonna go well. I think there's a lot of good things to see along the way, and I know we're gonna get some trail time. That I can guarantee. So come on, let's go see what's ahead.
Monument Hill commands an impressive view on the hilltop above Penn State Du Bois. This statue sits directly at the center point of the view looking over the city. And just a few feet back, you can find the gravesite of John Du Bois. I always love to kick off the day with a great viewpoint, and Monument Hill really delivers in that regard. Where else can you check out Du Bois and see it like this? Sure, I'm glad there was a virtual to bring me up here.
I'm asking myself, is it time for lunch?
I'll admit, I did seriously consider this, but not today. Aichan had spent most of the morning lazily sleeping in the car while we covered miles. So I told her it was time to get out and hit the trails again. She needed to stretch those old legs. She was a little hesitant at first because it was a hill at the beginning from the parking area, but as soon as we got done with that, it all leveled out, and she seemed more than happy to take on a flat, easy trail. When we arrived at Huntington, we took a nice stroll through Riverside Park. This gorgeous green park is wedged between the highway and the river. In addition to its impressive views, it boasts a playground and several neat statues. You come down from there right now. The trail naturally led us toward this gazebo, so we felt the need to check it out. As you walk up the ramp and under the canopy, you can see a bridge in front of you and a great view of the river. The kind of place where you'd kick back on the bench and read a nice book for the afternoon. But none of that for Aichan and I right now. We got bridges to cross and geocaches to find. The prize that we had come to find is hidden just on the other side of this bridge. The GPS zeroes out as soon as you reach the base. But where could it be? Is it on this side of the bridge? I guess you'll just have to come and find out for yourself. The DeLorme pages actually divide Huntington right at the corner of 4 pages. That gave me all the excuse I needed to hang around a little bit longer. So Aichan and I went up to the top of Flagpole Hill, and once again we found ourselves with an impressive view. One last stop before our main target for the day. And wouldn't you know it, it's another interesting spot. This cabin dates all the way back to World War II. It was used by women to monitor the skies for enemy aircraft. But you can tell no one's taking care of the place these days.
All right, Aichan and I are all geared up, ready to take on 1,000 steps. Here we go. Aichan's already looking at these steps, realizing she made the right decision by laying down and getting in her bag.
This is really quite the experience. This route that was constructed of over 1,000 stone steps was once a daily route for miners to take on their way up to work. Can you even imagine taking a 1.5-mile commute up 1,000 stairs every day? As I climbed up and up, the thought of doing that became less appealing. But it is really impressive that they construct something like this that withstands time so well.
We're closing in on the halfway point. Just about 500 steps right now. So happy to see that.
I hadn't really paid any attention to the numbers on the way up, but I was starting to slow down by the time I reached the 5 and 600s. So I had plenty of time to observe the details on the stone as I went, and relished each interval I hit.
Closing in on the top now. 900. 100 more left to go.
Ai-chan's watching me on these stairs like, yeah, the backpack's fine. I like this. This is a good spot.
All right, we made it to the... Wait a minute. If that's step 1000, what's all this nonsense?
Oh well, it looks like my work's not done here yet after all. Come on, Ai-chan, we gotta keep going. Just a little bit farther now. But you better believe I'm counting every single step past 1000. Because I'm starting to think I got sold a bad bill of sale.
We made it to the top of the 1,000 steps, all right. It was actually 1,043, but hey, who's counting?
The 1,000 steps geocache, hidden back in 2002, is actually beyond the 1,000 steps. But the trail to get there is pretty cool. And there are only a few steps here and there on this part. The Dinki building is a welcome sight as you come up along the trail. I can only imagine how many people have sat to catch their breath right here on this very spot. But not for Ai-chan and I. We pushed just a little bit farther to reach the Mapleton Overlook. What a view!
Whew, that really was something else. Now that we reached the top, we're gonna go ahead and let Ai-chan hike her way back down the 1,000 steps. Down being the very important word in this.
After watching me climb 1,000 steps from the backpack, she was more than happy to take the down part of this trail.
Well, travelers, that is a wrap to another fine day spent in Pennsylvania. Today turned out pretty much exactly how I'd hoped it would. We got to do the 1,000 steps. I climbed it with Ai-chan. Not fast, but I climbed it, mind you. And then we got to the top and I was able to let her out of the bag and she negotiated her way back down the stairs. Having finished the 1,000 steps, we're free on that plan for the day, so we're shooting straight over to Harrisburg now. From Harrisburg, we're going to be staged to go after the DeLorme Challenge tomorrow. The Pennsylvania DeLorme Challenge is not an easy one. It's pretty far out there on the trails and you really got to plan ahead for it. So, a little apprehensive about it. I'm not exactly sure how we're going to tackle it yet with the dog, but when we get out there, we'll figure it out. We've got 2 more days in Pennsylvania, and then we're going to be moving on to Ohio from there. Tomorrow, if everything goes well, we should be ending the evening in Pittsburgh. Definitely looking forward to finishing up this state. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and stay tuned for daily updates. We will see you out there on the trails.